can't be at the whim of fate when you have a choice of how to respond to the situation. The empowered approach to astrology sees you as a conscious co-creator of your own experience of consciousness. To schedule in one of these sessions with me, you can follow the link above. So just like the old saying goes, there's really no use in crying over spilled milk. Might be a good reason to cry over some other beverage that you might have spilled, though. But not really. You see, the thing is regret weighs a ton. And it bogs down your mind, makes it get caught up in all sorts of complexes, especially at a time when you need your mind to have a lot of clarity, and when you need your mind to have a positive outlook, and most of all, when you need a strong mindset so that you're able to trust in yourself and know that you can handle the situation that's approaching. You made a decision, and to be fair, it wasn't necessarily the wrong decision, and it wasn't necessarily the right decision. And I know you don't want to hear that. Perhaps you want to know that it was the right decision, or you want to know that it was the wrong decision. But at the end of the day, it's simply a decision. And it's what you have to work with now. And you can turn it into a right decision or a wrong decision, all in relation to how you respond to the next things which come your way. So back to that spilled milk or spilled anything else, right? You don't want to focus too heavily on that, because it's only going to keep you focused on the past, when instead you need to be focusing on the path that's right in front of you. You made this choice because you care deeply. And if you bring that passion that was behind that initial decision that you made, if you bring that passion to bear on the moment, you're going to find that you're exceptionally determined to whittle away all the things that are keeping you from being able to be productive, and to take all those things that are keeping you from fulfilling your responsibilities and just kind of go, you're out of the way. And if they pop back up again, you're going to be able to be determined to handle them at the time that they arise. All you really need is a good, strong, sound strategy. And the more you think about it, and the more you get caught up in the shoulda, woulda, couldas, or what you perhaps feel that you should have done, when in actuality you didn't do that, then the clearer you're going to be able to see the situation, the more effectively you're going to be able to handle it, and the less complicated you'll make it. Because you see, when we tend to get overly complicated in that sense of regret, suddenly the mind begins to go into that pattern of going, well, perhaps I can turn back. Perhaps I can go back in that other direction and make a different decision. But we know that that's not what you want to do. We know that your heart really isn't in that space. It's in a completely different space. It's in the space that drove you to commit to what you committed to. So your best bet now is to, perhaps take a look at what lies in front of you, but don't take a look at what lies behind you. Just like, the little things always say on the rearview mirror, objects in mirror may be smaller than they actually appear. Well, the more you look at it, the more you start pondering about whether they're actually larger than they appear, and maybe you're making something small of it. And the more you start focusing on what's behind you, the more you're just going to kind of bump into something that's right in front of you, because you're not paying attention. So bring your attention to bear on the moment. Recognize that the mind games you play with yourself confuse your senses. The more we focus on something, the larger it becomes. If we think that something is wrong, we can make it pretty much as wrong as we would like for it to be. If we think that we kind of messed up, well, we're pretty much going to find that we messed up. Truth of the matter is, you can find meaning in anything if you really want to. And that anything that you can find meaning in can be something that's a delusion that you are believing in your mind, or something that's an illusion, which you're not seeing clearly, or you can focus on the actuals. That's the word I want to use. The actuals of what is actually there. Sometimes we get ahead of ourselves. Sometimes we have a seed and we think, wow, I'm going to plant that seed, and that seed, let's say it's a carrot seed, is going to grow a crop of carrots. Pretty soon I'll have several pounds of carrots. I'll sell those to the local market. You know what? You've just got one seed, and you need to focus wholeheartedly on that seed and what you need to do with it in the next moment. And then with that next moment that arises, you need to respond in clarity to the next thing that comes to the surface. But you need to see things clearly as they are, not confusing yourself, not letting the delusions of how you might have really messed up this time get in the way of how you can get things right from this moment onward. And you don't need to see things as a mistake when, in actuality, you probably can't make a mistake. Now, that doesn't mean you just kind of go off, half-cocked and do anything that you want, going, well, he said I couldn't really make a mistake. But a decision is a decision, and you just need to commit to it. And you already did. So honor it and honor your responsibility, and let bygones be bygones. If you could use a little bit of help focusing on the path ahead, again, the Empower Hours or the Empower Hour Plus, they're a great way to go. And you can schedule in one of these consultations with me at the link you'll see above. That's going to do it for this look at the full moon in Jyeshtha Nakshatra, which is going to take place overnight on the 3rd into the 4th of June, 2023. Until next time, please do take the very best care of yourself. Bye now.